Can learning a language really change your life? Spoiler, it can. In this video, I will show you how picking up a new language can open the doors that you didn't even know existed. And of course, I will share my personal experience learning 4 foreign languages. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Monvie. So let's get started. You get new opportunities. When you know even one foreign language, you already have twice more opportunities than others. First thing is, of course, communication. You can talk to plenty of people who don't know your native language. You can start friendships, even a relationship, and all of this thanks to knowing a foreign language, as I really doubt that it's that easy to create a friendship using Google Translator, because in this case you create a relationship with Google Translator, not with this person, as you spend more time with it than with this person. Pure communication is the best thing when you can understand another person and can respond normally without any extra help of translators. And I'm not talking about perfect knowing of a foreign language. Even if you have B1, you can already talk to people, and it's not a problem if you're making mistakes, because even natives make mistakes. It's a normal thing. Second thing is career opportunities. Now, you're not obligated to stay in your country just because it's the only language that you know. You can go abroad and find better opportunities there, or even work from home with international companies. One more thing, you can start teaching others foreign language. Once you're proficient, you can share your knowledge, and it's also a benefit, as people will always need foreign languages to understand each other. You don't need Google Translator anymore. And finally, you can communicate with people normally, looking in their eyes, not at your phone. And overall, you will understand people better, as Google Translator, it translates sentences, phrases, but with it, you will never be able to understand real sense and context that a person put behind these words. Thirdly, you have access to a great amount of information, because you can now look for information in your target language. You have more opportunities than just with your native language, if your native is not English, of course. But in this case, I advise you to learn, for example, Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, German as well. These are the languages that are more used, but it depends. It depends where are you going, because if you're going to Latin America, you will just need Spanish. And if you're going to Indonesia, for example, I think English will be enough. Also, when you're abroad as a tourist, you can ask anything anytime and you'll be understood. You don't have these constant fears in your head that, oh, if I make a mistake, if they don't get me, that will be so awkward. You don't look like a lost traveler anymore. As for me, thanks to foreign languages, I found plenty of friends online and was able to talk to people in their native language, for example in French, in real life. When I went abroad, I started my YouTube channel where I share my knowledge and proven tips. You become smarter and more attractive. Not everyone can speak at least one foreign language, so for sure that's not such a common thing, and that's what makes you unique. People who speak several foreign languages automatically seem to us more intelligent and wise, as it takes so much effort and time to learn a language, and not just to learn it, but being able to use it in your day-to-day life. As for attractiveness, be ready that if you learn French, people will ask you how to say this and that in French, as it's such a romantic language. In other words, you're becoming an interesting person for other people, and they want to spend more time with you. Also, it's just a funny thing, what I've noticed, that when you learn foreign languages, you become a translator for everyone. For instance, someone doesn't know how to translate that instruction on the box. This person asks you, and it happens so many times. Like, Asa, you know so many languages, so can you translate this? And I just look at this language and I understand that I don't know this language. I don't even know its name. But yeah, people think that if you know at least 2 foreign languages, you already can speak and understand other foreign languages. Just because you know these two. Plenty of foreign content. You are exposed to such a big world of content, movies, series, with voices of real actors, comprehension of your favorite songs, memes on social media, YouTube videos of natives. Do you really think that it's that exciting to check all of this in Google Translator first? I don't think so. For example, movies and series will be always better in original, no matter what dubbing they do there. Or listening to music. Most of the people, they don't even check the lyrics of the songs that they are constantly listening to, and then they end up listening to something so dramatic that even their life becomes a whole drama, as music influences our lives, whether we want that or not. For instance, now I can enjoy movies from Spain, France, Latin America, Mexico, USA, Australia, Britain. Each country has something special to offer. Of course, it's a great chance to see like another, almost another world, because each country is different. You will not be able to find two countries that are completely identical. Even when you browse social media and you see a meme in French, for example, and at the very moment you realize that you understood it, it's such an incredible feeling. Your memory becomes better. It's not a secret that learning a new foreign language trains your memory, as firstly, it's new information in your brain, new sounds, pronunciation, and secondly, there are so many different words, phrases, grammar rules, exceptions that you need to figure out and learn. So for sure, to keep all this in your brain, you really need a good memory. But wait. If now you think that your memory is not that good for learning a language, you can improve it by learning a foreign language. Of course, it will be hard at the beginning, but with the right approach and time dedication, you will manage that. Just imagine what is this type of memory when you need to keep 6 languages simultaneously in your brain. And I will not say you that back then I had such a perfect memory. No, I just developed it. I improved it by learning so many languages. And plus, languages are not the only one thing that you need to remember. But in any case, I advise you to write everything down. New ideas, insights, because who knows, you can forget it and then you will regret that you didn't write it. Even if you have an incredible memory, sometimes you can forget the easiest and logic things. Personally, it happens to me quite often. I remember that difficult Turkish tense that I learned 1.5 years ago and never reviewed it, but I forgot an idea that came to me 5 minutes ago. So I write down everything, even those ideas that seem stupid. Primarily, more discipline and organization. If you're not disciplined, you can stop dreaming about learning a foreign language, because a foreign language requires consistency. Learning it once per week will not make you fluent and you will barely even see any progress. So learning a language has taught me that even on days when I have a lot of stuff going on, I still need to pay attention to my languages. I can watch a video, talk a little bit, or read something, but it has to be daily. In other words, to have these daily connections, because if you are not in that environment where people constantly speak your target language, there is a big chance that you will forget it without constant practice. Your brain just thinks that you don't need it because you don't use it. In addition, I noticed that I became more organized, not just in this process of learning languages, but in my life overall. Even my YouTube channel is a perfect example. Or working out. You need discipline for all of this, because without discipline, it will not survive. As for languages, now I study French daily. As for English and Spanish, I just use them in my day-to-day life, but it doesn't mean that if I'm fluent in these both languages, I can forget about them. I continue integrating them into my life, even when it seems impossible or I'm busy. So I really need to maintain my level in these languages because I can forget them. Yeah, even if I'm fluent, it doesn't guarantee me that without practice, I will still be fluent. You know such a phrase, if you want, you will find time. There is no such thing as I don't have time for this. It's just not my priority. But don't lie to yourself with all these things about time. You have time. You have. The way you see the world changes. Learning a foreign language is not just about a couple of new words and tons of grammar, culture, different ways of thinking, different behavior, traditions. It's all different, and of course you can learn something new. You can see how other people live and view this life. A language opens the doors to all of this. Of course, if you want to just learn a language for yourself and you don't want to dive deep into all these things, it's your right, but you definitely have such a possibility to see how other people live. To tell the truth, I'm not into history that much, but as for culture and traditions, I really like those things. For instance, I adore Spanish culture. They have such a relaxed way of living. Enjoy first, then work. Overall, I can say that I associate Spain with something so, so bright, with happiness. As for France, it's completely different. I associate this country with something so elegant, fashionable, and at the same time serious. As a country, it's not that sunny as it rains quite often there. You see, it's much more than just learning a language. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!